Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we are looking at the race meeting today from the fall on the classic track today, the 4th of May. Now, if you want to receive this video every time I post on YouTube, just ring the bell, click on subscribe, ring the bell, and you will also find us on Outside of Genie Twitter. We post the video as well. And then we have got an Instagram account, but that's currently not very active. And then my contact details. Now, if you want to subscribe to our subscription, I have had a number of people asking me if they can sign up for a 14-day package. So what I've done is I've put together a 14-day package. Now, my normal rate is 250 rand. The normal price would be, sorry, that is a mistake, but must be 200, must be 500 rand. No, it's correct. Sorry, I'm mistaken now. So it would be the normal price would be 250 for 14 days, which is 50% of the monthly package. But we will give you a 14-day package for 175 rand only. Then if you want to subscribe, our second package, a normal package is 500. Sign up and get selections from now till the end of May for 350. And then we have the best value package, which is for the whole season, champion season from the 1st of May till the end of July. And that normal value will be 1,500. We can give you the package now for 900 rand, and you can pay that in two installments, 500 rand now and 400 rand the end of May. And if you want it, we will also give you a free consultation with Dr. Genie. If you subscribe, you get our exactas every day. I've had a few compliments from people about our exacta selections. So I'm glad that people are winning with our exacta selections. Daily all to come, race by race selections, outright winner and two possible outsider selections. Let me just clarify that I give you an outright winner, and that is not, it is not always the favorite. It is the horse that we think has got the best chance to win, and that can be at any price. And then I give you two possible outsider selections. I give you value bets to play each way, normally 6-1. Best bet of the day. We don't give you odds on. You can find that yourself. We try and give you decent value. We give you suggested trifectas and quartet selections. And sometimes our quartet selections particularly pays well. The other day we gave a quartet for 24 rand, paid 11,000 rand, and then we give you a PA of 64 rand, which you can play as is, take out, add on your own selections, and also a pick six between 96 and 150 rand. I just want to clarify again, first of all, what we do is we give you selections to add on to your selections. That is what I do. Now, the other day, somebody sent me a message and said, yeah, but my pick six, my quartet selections is, sometimes in small fields, it's like 360 rand, but I mean, it is only 7 or 8 runners. Now, guys, at some stage, one have to take, a control of your own play. Obviously, if you see it's a small field, but I've got 6 selections for the quartet, then maybe the way to go is take a double float or a triple float with my selections, or add some of your selections in. Obviously, I mean, if I give 6 selections in a race, in a quartet, in a small race, I do misunderstand that, to play 360 rand, you're not going to make your money back. But that is where you now say, okay, this is the numbers that Otto is given, outside of Genie is given, and maybe take the first 3 horses, the 2 outsiders, and the one, the first 3 selections, and put them in a triple float quartet or a double float quartet or whatever, so that you can still try and catch the quartet and make a bit of profit on that. Now, and if you subscribe, you will then get this every day from our paid group on a sheet like this, your double selections, your win place, the first 3, winner, outright winner, and 2 outsiders, exacta, trifecta, quartet, and then a race time, so that you can get your bets on in time, daily value bets, best bet of the day, pick 6 selection, and PA selections. So let's move on to the race where the first race is maiden juveniles, which I don't give selections on, but let's have a look at the betting there. In the first race is a juvenile, and and here we have number 1. It's over 1,200 meters. Remember, on the classic course, the 1,200 meters is around the bend. Barney's Pride 13-10, 4-1. Cavalier King, Run for the Sun 5-1, 11-2. Chief Rafif 6-1. Safe Passage 18-1. Catch the Green Light, Not Your Call 18-1. 53-1. Drag Line 53-1. Specially Selected, and 40-1, and Better the Rest. Here we have the favorite, number 6, Putting Green 33-10. Princess Philippa 5-1. Franca 6-1. Rosa Bowix 7-1. 8-1. Golden Aspen. Hollywood Bound 8-1. Take Control 8-1. Bold Act 10-1. I must say, I looked at a bit on the breeding of number 1. I do like it. It's from Rafif, and that very good mare of these times. Bold Eleanor, she's shown quite a few winners. So yeah, that might be one that you want. Whatever, if you do play, chuck that into you just on the sake of the breeding. 14-1 Voltron, walking in Memphis. 16-1, 15-1 Saffron Rain, and Time to Celebrate Scratch number 13. Then we have a look at the betting on race number 3. We have Duke of Sussex 11-10, Grimaldi 6-1, 7-1 Silly Fella, Light Warrior 7-1, Groomed to Win 8-1, Ricardo 14-1, 16-1 Sunny Quinn, Passing Hard 16-1, Signals 20-1, and Better. Now here we have my first selection is down here. The bottom is number 11, Groomed to Win. Groomed to Win did debut over the 1160, now going 1,200 meters around the bend. Ran a nice 400 to finish 23.8. Third fastest, was slow to start but stayed on. And I'm thinking after his first race, he's going to be more experienced. Lyle Hewitson on board from that good mare for the lads. She was quite a good horse in her time by Trippy, and I think 11 Groomed to Win can be involved in a finish in this race. Then we look at my outsider selections. Number 1 is Grimaldi. Hopefully we can put that last race behind him. As you can see, this is by the mare Europa Point. I have told you the story about the horse that I owned, Russian Artist, that was second behind Europa Point on when Europa Point broke a maiden at the Vaal, and then I said that day she beat a weak field, and then Russian Artist came out next time out, won by 3 lengths, and all in all won 4 races. So I think this horse, they bring it back to 1,200 meters, where, I mean, it debuted over 1,600 meters. Oh, sorry, not a 12, it's a 1450, I apologize, a 1450. But I'm not sure what happened last time, so let's give this horse another chance, Grimaldi. And then my other outsider selection is number 14. It's number 4, sorry, I'm getting confused. Silly Fella. Silly Fella also improved in her last run over the 1,400 meters. I see the jockey got fined. I'm not sure why he got fined. But it looks like this horse would also appreciate the 1,450. So definitely inclusion. And then we look at a favorite, number 9, which is Duke of Dussex. Also ran on over the 1,400 Vaal. Now going around the bend, and did debut well, and ran on behind only him. There was money for it that day, certainly. They're expecting a lot of it, proven. So I think it can be, the finish might be fought between number 9, Duke of Dussex, and number 11, Groomed to Win. But this also, I just wanted to say, I do feel that Groomed to Win will also be more suitable over the 1,450, and therefore my selection, as it says here, slow stayed on. So yeah, and then that's race number 3. Let's move on to race number 4, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,450. And here we have a look at the betting race number 4, Miss Venezuela, 22-10, Women of Substance, 22-10, Zulu Warcry, 5-2, Whole of the Moon, 12-1, Golden Magic, 12-1, Whatever You Like, 12-1, Amalfi Cost, 20-1, Wichita, 25-1, Kiss to Dream 20-1 and 66-1 and better scratch numbers 2 and 13. Here in race number 4, my selection is the number 14 horse, another 2-year-old making his debut, her debut in open company, also over the 1450. And looking at the breeding, I'm also of the opinion that this horse will appreciate the 1450, although drawn from a stall gate number 11. That might be a little bit of a disadvantage, but with the long straight, 1,000 meters run in, I'm sure that problem is not going to be a big problem for Marco van Rensburg. In my outsider selections in this race is numbers 3 and 4, Hole of the Moon, Andrew Fortune. This horse had a stable change and has had one run for a new stable. There and thereabouts, and this is not a very strong field, so maybe this horse can improve further, and the same goes for Golden Magic. Did had a run over this course and distance, went to the front and was run out of it late, but might be a little bit fitter now after a little bit of a small rest. And as I said, being not a strong field, Golden Magic certainly in with a chance. And also 5 Zulu Warcry is also a horse that's improving, and you definitely need to include this in all of your play. As is number 6, whatever you like. I do like number 6, whatever you do like. He's had a decent second race, but I think the 1450, the twice over by Western Winter Mare, the distance would definitely suit to include in all of your play. And then here's number 1, the favorite, number 1, Venezuela. The problem with this horse is she never puts 2 runs, good runs together. And I'm just scared that this horse is not going to put it in today again. Has had many chances already, 9 runs. For a few places, but has been disappointing in the last 2 races. Then we move on to race number 5, which is a made-rated 80 handicap over 1,800 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Have a Go Joe, 33-10, Humble Tune, 4-1, 9-2, Imperial Master, Oyster King, 9-2, Ivalus Prince, 5-1, 8-1, Starfish, F Squadron, 12-1, and 60-1, Firepower. So here my first selection is race 5, is the number 6 horse, Oyster King. Now, when Oyster King was a 3-year-old, this horse had a lot of ability. I just want to check quickly something here, which I didn't, but I just want to pick something here. Oyster King. You see, Oyster King had a the highest merit rated of 84, which is now down to a 77. He ran against some decent horses as a 3-year-old, but then he never trained on, and I sort of gave up on him. I gave him a few times, and I sort of gave up on him, and then 3 runs back, he won, beating Contrail, and then last time out, gee whiz, this horse just put it together, and he ran, and he by 12 lengths, and that by the 200 meter, the jockey was already easing him up. So, yeah, runaway winner, and I'm thinking that today Oyster King can go in. Maybe he's going to start realizing his full potential, and I think there is still improvement to come from him. And certainly, I don't think the 1,800 meter will pose a problem. So I'm going for number 6, Oyster King. And for outsider selections, I'm going for numbers 2, Have a Go Joe, and number 4, Ivala Prince. Now, Have a Go Joe is not actually an outsider. He is one of the favorites, but they're betting so close to each other that it's difficult. I don't want to give you an outsider which really doesn't have a chance. So I decided to go with Have a Go Joe and Ivalo's Prince for my other 2 selections. Have a Go Joe has run in slightly better company than he's meeting here, but not much. And certainly is in with a chance. Had some good runs behind Palmuna's Pride, which was second to Mammoose in the Derby, and then last time out second behind Alcoys, and Alcoys no slides either. But I think Have a Go Joe, definitely the biggest opposition to number 6, Oyster King, and then number 4 is Ivalo's Prince, a horse that improved last time out. I did gave this horse as one of my outsider selections in that race, because I've been waiting for this Noble Tune gelding to start improving, and certainly he did, and can also be with Muji on board, be a factor in this race. And then also number 8, Humble Tune, although I do like Humble Tune, he has also disappointed me a few times. But last time I ran against Roman's Magic, but in a bit of a lower division. So one will have to see if he can step up to this division, although he is only carrying 53.5. Then in the race, there are other horses with chances. I mean, it's not the only horses. Horses like if Squad Run, he is surprised, but then ran against some, in the derby against Malmoos, where he was soundly beaten, and behind our Kois, also disappointed a little bit, I would think. And then Imperial Master is also a horse improving, but also has run against less opposition, but certainly do in with a chance. But I'm going to row in here with numbers 2 and 6. Then we get to race number 6, which is a merit rated 96 handicap over 1,800 meters, Class A, average merit rated 94, where the betting is as follows. Also here they're betting 12 to 10, Dr. Doolittle, 53 to 10, Apollo Robbins, Tyrus Express 7-2, Set the Standard 5-1, 11-2, Category 4, 16-1, Rougelot, Scratch number 2, Destiny's Game. Also a small field here. And here in this race, I'm going to go with the number 3 horse, Category 4. Last year, September around, this horse was winning left, right, and center. He came off a race and then has had 3 runs. And last time out, he certainly improved. And this distance, he's run 3 times, 2 wins in a second. And I'm thinking today that Category 4 will be back to his best again. Calvin and Beep on board, who has won 5 times with him. And I think Category 4 today, a huge runner in this field. Then my other outside selection is number 7, which is not a big outsider, Apollo Robbins. Not really outsider, but I do think he has got a definite chance in this field. Has been running in and out. You don't know which Apollo Robbins is pitching up for the day, but on his day, you have the ability. As you can see, he's beaten Salai twice, and Salai has won again last time, and he was one of the victims of Salai. But in that last race, any horse could win this race going into the last 50 meters. So that was certainly a good run. And I think there was some bumping or something, if I'm not mistaken. There was a steward's inquiry about the ride or something. So certainly Apollo Robbins not without a chance in this race. And in other horses you want to include, maybe in your pick 6 is number 1, which is Dr. Doolittle, who's the strong favorite, has run against some decent opposition. He was beaten by Cornish Pomodoro, but Cornish Pomodoro, after that, fluffed his lines a little bit, had 2 poor runs after that. So one gets to wonder whether that was a good run or not. But yeah, has run against some better quality. So certainly in with a huge chance, Dr. Doolittle. But he's carrying the 62, and that, surely for a 3-year-old to carry that against seasoned old campaigners, carrying less. I mean, Category 4 coming in at 59.5, so he's getting 2.5 kilograms. So that is race number 7. Let's move on to race number 6. Race number 7 is a merit 69 handicap, 1,000 meters, and let's have a look at the betting. Here we have 4-1 to field, number 10, Goodwood, 4-1, 9-2, Oravor, Astel, 11-2, Chief of State, 6-1, Category, Garden Part, 7-1, Southeast, 7-1, Sweet Sensation, 8-1, Captain Hindsight, 10-1, Sing for Nico, 14-1, and American Hassle, 25-1. So here in race 7, my first selection is the number 3 horse, which is Chief of State. Chief of State has been improving all the while, getting the -2.5 today. Ran a very good horse, race behind Mardi Gras, and he is in some of these horses in this race has finished behind him, and he's got weight turnarounds with them. And certainly, I think number 6, Chief of State, hasn't won for 423 days, and today might be his day, carrying 59.5 minus the 50, -2.5, and I'm sure he's going to run a huge race. Remember, this is a Vaal Classic, 1,000 meters, is down the straight. So definitely, I would think that he is in with a very good chance, this horse. Then number 8 and 9 is my outsider selections, which is Sing for Nico, Sing for Nico is a fast horse, and on her day, this gelding, 6-year-old gelding, he can beat anything, and he has run against some stiff opposition himself. And I think, if they let him get away, he's going to be hard to catch. Might go to the front and say, listen, guys, catch me if you can. Then Herstel is a horse that's definitely on the up. Candace Dawson stable won his last two, which was at the Vaal, but against less opposition. But I think it is Herstel is a improving sort, so do include. Here we have number 10, Goodswood, which is the favorite. He also ran against a little bit lesser company last time out, and still have to prove himself in this class. And then I want to have a look at number one. Number one, Oravar, is a horse that has run against really good horses in his time. He's carrying 61.5, but getting the -4, and that certainly would put him here in a very good position. Number one, Oravar, not to be left out in all of your bets. Certainly a huge chance to win this race, number one, Oravar. So do include in all of your play. We then move on to the 8th race, which is the last race on the card, which is a mare-rated 80 handicap, 1,000 meters, Class C, 77. And here the betting is as follows: numbers 5, 6, Quite a Trip, 5-2, Country Square, 28-10, La Greta, 4-1, Ace of Spades, 7-1, 8-1, Xavier, Marininga, 12-1, Alex the Great, 14-1, Ramsey, 16-1, Impressive Duchess, 20-1, and Enjoy the View, 25-1. So when I started looking at this race, my first observation when I just quickly scrolled through the field was I was going to go for number 2, Ace of Spades. And then I saw that he ran against Quite a Trip, and there's I worked out 6.5 swing in favor of number 6, Quite a Trip. So that means that horse can't beat Quite a Trip. Quite a Trip is the favorite for this race. But when I started doing my in-depth analysis, then I came across this number 1, Enjoy the View. Now, Enjoy the View has had a highest merit rated of 101, now on a 91. So that's 4.5 kilograms down. It's now the Barenbote stable. This horse is carrying 65.5, but getting the 4, so he's carrying 61.5 in a C division, C6 77. There you go. C division 77. Now, if there's one thing that Barenbote is good with, Baren is good in getting horses from other stables and get him to run to win multiple races. Now, this last time this horse ran in a division like this, a C division 77 of a Scots for 1,100 meters, he actually won the race. So now, since then, he's been running in 91s, 90s, 87s, 99, 91. Here he ran in an A Division 100 and a Pinnacle Stakes. Okay, all right, sadly beaten by Shanty Man. That was over 1,100 meters. I think this horse is good over 1,000 meters. I really do think that over 1,000 meters, he'll be very effective. And I know the horse is 25-1, but what have you got to lose? Put a few rand each way on. If the horse wins, you're in the money. And if he doesn't even win today, keep on following him, because I'm telling you, this horse is going to pick up a few races here. He has come down in the merit rated from 101 to a 91 already now. He has won 3 races, so he can't be a donkey. So I would think number 1, Enjoy the View, could be the surprise package in this race today. Then my other outsider selections is number 4, Xavier. The Xavier has run a nice race behind Sinnecock. I think Sinnecock has won after that again, behind King's Road, and now back on the Vaal, where he hasn't. He got course 2 runs, 1 win and a second. Course and distance, 1 run, 1 win. So Xavier certainly, I think, a huge runner in this race. And then my other outsider selections is number 7. Maringo. Maringo has also been improving, and definitely, I think today can be a factor in this race. But there are other horses of chances. Country Square is now on a hat-trick, but run against some lesser opposition. La Greta has won her last 2. Also against less opposition, but could be improving. Ramsey is a dog horse on his day, can probably win it. Alex the Great, already 58 runs. 56 runs, and can also be a surprise package. So I would think when you do a pick six and you can afford it, just chuck in the field, because I think there's 10 horses. There was one scratching that any one of these horses can win the last race. So if I have to make a summary about today's racing, I would say that there's not really a horse that you can say, listen, this is a horse that's a standout bet. But certainly there are some quality racing, and hopefully one can choose the right horse. Because if you choose the right horse and the bets that they offer, certainly it would work in your favor. So that is my take then for the day. I thank you for listening. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.